Hey there, my name is Jordyn, or JRCtheSLP. I started this new podcast on YouTube really just because of the lack of representation that I noticed in the field from an early age, but became really prevalent to me in undergrad. I went to University of Redlands, and I was always one of a few people of color and the only Black person at some points in the undergraduate program as well as the graduate program. So I really just wanted to be someone to show young Black SLPs and future SLPs of color that it was possible. Somebody can make it. And I really believe in being the person you needed when you were younger. And I needed that from somebody when I was younger. You can't be what you can't see. And I didn't see us anywhere. It just seemed crazy to me while I was in school, and even now, just like at ASHA conventions and everything, the lack of SLPs of color. I remember the first thing I thought, it was like, this has to be intentional. Like, there's no way that there can be this like large amount of people that want to help others and want to help others communicate and advocate for people with disabilities and all these amazing things that SLPs do. There's just no way that all of the people that want to do that are white. It didn't make sense to me. It had to be intentional. There had to be something or several things or a system per se that's keeping us out. And I'm tired of that system. Personally, I think we can change it. So, after a pretty adverse and awakening experience at University of Redlands for undergrad, I went to Howard for graduate school and had an amazing time and learned from the best people in the field who looked like me, sounded like me, danced like me, listened to the same music as me, went to the same functions as me. But it was amazing to be literally surrounded by Black excellence, especially coming from where I was coming from, where people were literally discouraging me from coming into the field. I didn't see anybody like me. I didn't even know if it was possible. I thought I was going to have to take a gap year. I didn't think I was going to be able to do any of it. To go from that and then coming into Washington, D.C., which is Chocolate City, for those who don't know, it's just like you're literally surrounded by Black excellence everywhere you are, on campus, off campus. And it was exactly what I needed. I was exactly where I needed to be. And I really believe that is true. I believe that for Redlands too. At the University of Redlands, like, yeah, I had a horrible time, but I know that's exactly where I needed to be. I met the people I needed to meet. I grew into who I needed to be because of the problems that I saw there. That's why I learned how to fight for my people. That's why I learned how to advocate for myself. That's why I learned that it doesn't matter what people have to say about me. If I know that I can do something, it's going to get done. I'm going to do it, period. So I don't think I would have that same self-confidence or the same awareness that I have for the disparities in the field if I didn't go to Redlands and if I didn't go to Howard. And although they're both very contrasting experiences, I do feel like I needed both. And I believe that no matter where I am, that's where I need to be. That's where I belong. And I should step into the room feeling that way. So after these experiences, I really just didn't want anybody to feel the same isolation that I felt. And I knew that representation was the answer. And what better way to change that than to become the representation? So I started my Instagram, and now I'm moving into podcast and YouTube just because I want to be seen. Like, not because I want to be known. I want to be seen because I need more of us to see that it's possible. I want you to see a Black face. I want you to see natural hair. I want you to see me dancing. I want you to see me listening to the music that I listen to, me wearing hoops, me doing everything that you do, that you think that SLPs don't do. I want you to see me doing it. And that's why I come into the field preaching about wanting to be my whole self, because I need everybody else to see it. And as we know, or as most of us know, right now speech pathology is 92% white. That means only 8% of us identify as people of color. I named this Views from the 8% because that 8% is exactly who I want to hear from. I want to hear their perspectives. I want to hear what they feel needs to change. I want to be a catalyst for making those changes happen. I think this is exactly a platform for that. This is where I want people to be able to come onto my podcast, share their voice, share the issues that they know are happening in the field, and spark the conversations I need to happen to make changes happen, because closed mouths don't get fed. This is a place for the 8% to come and speak their piece and do something about it.